G'day everyone and welcome to another DUC Migrating to Australia podcast. My name's Wes Zandt and today I'm joined by Aaron and Zoe Hargreaves. Hope I got that right, guys.
That's perfect, Wes, yeah.
Perfect, excellent. And we're going to chat a little bit about their journey. They're coming to us on a 186 visa. And I will warn you, listeners, if you hear noise in the background, my 3-year-old daughter is having the biggest sing-along in the shower ever. You don't want to break her heart by telling her to be quiet. So you might hear a little Aussie accent in the background singing. They're called Demon Hunt. Do you know what Demon
Hunt? Oh, yeah. We have a nephew who's mad on them.
There you go. So I think it's Soda Pop.
Yes.
There'll be a range. But we're right into that at the moment when you're three. That's what you do. So, all right, guys. Well, firstly, welcome. And I really appreciate you guys taking the time. So this is being recorded on the 2nd of the 12th, 2025. And where are you guys coming in from?
We're coming from Bolton, Greater Manchester.
Yep. And what's Bolton like this time of the year in December?
Wet and cold.
Cold, miserable.
Dark.
We've had heaps of clients from Bolton.
Have you?
Yeah, plenty. I'm trying to think of one of their names. He's a mechanic. They were, sort of become quite good friends with them, actually.
Right.
Wow.
Many years ago. But there you go. So, so what's life like in Bolton, guys? What are you giving up?
Oh, good question. We have a good life. It's not a bad life. Yeah, we both work full time. We've got 5 kids. 3 of the kids. Yeah, we've got 5 kids. Yeah.
Older ones. We've got a 22-year-old who lives with her mum.
Yeah.
And then we've got 2 boys and 2 girls that live here. But only one of the boys is coming and the 2 girls. The other boy's too loved up, so he's staying at home.
Yeah, he's with his girlfriend.
Okay, this is kind of cool. So, how old's Matilda?
Matilda's 8.
So Matilda's coming.
Yes.
And how old's Layla?
Layla's 16. She turns 17 at Christmas.
Yeah, and she coming?
She's definitely coming. Yes.
Brendan?
No, he's the one who's loved up. So he's staying with girlfriend. So he's actually living with girlfriend and her family. So yeah.
And how old's he?
He's 18.
And how old's Katie?
Kate is 22. She lives with mum. And the other boy's Lewis. He's 21 and he's coming, but he's going to come over on a working visa.
Okay, he's going to come on the working holiday. Cool.
Yeah.
The only reason why I mention that, guys, is as well as telling your story about where you're up to and giving feedback, I always sort of chuck in a few little migration tips and everything. And obviously, my advice to you and to anyone else going, if you ever do have people that are currently dependents, when you're applying for the visa, it's always a good option to add them to the visa.
Yeah.
And then when they get to Oz, they can get their passport scanned, come spend a week or a couple of weeks with you. And then, that means if you're getting a permanent residency visa, which we'll talk about later, but then that helps them later on if they want to apply for a return to residency visa, or they make, being loved up at 18. Well, it did for me a lot anyway. But
we're just hoping it lasts, Wes, for the next 60 years.
There you go. So wow, so it's quite a you guys are quite young.
We are. Aaron turns 40 on Boxing Day, and I turn 40 in March. So we've always thought. We always knew, didn't we, that we didn't want to spend the rest of our lives. In the UK. So yeah, we're very excited of the changes. Obviously, coming 40 and starting a new chapter. Life. Yeah.
So with the kids being, apart from Matilda, the others are pretty old, like not old, but what I mean, like older. How do you tell them about it? How do you explain to them what's happening? Mum and Dad are leaving. What, do you leave them a house? Do you sort of say fend for yourself, guys? How do you do it?
So with the children that are coming, Layla, the 17-year-old, Lewis, the 21-year-old, we had a bit like a family meeting, didn't we? And just kind of said where we're at in life. Obviously, they're getting older now. We didn't want to pressurise them into feeling that they had to come. Although obviously, being a mother, I want them all to come because that's my, that's my close family. So I just said, like, don't put my feelings into consideration. Think about yourself, and we'll support you. And within a split second, they were like, "Mum, we're coming." So obviously that was really good for me. I think the hardest part was more for Layla, because she's currently studying to be a police officer. And so she's in college doing it, and she was a little bit worried about not being able to have the opportunity.
What state are you moving to?
Adelaide,
Australia.
yeah.
Wow. Have you been in you've been in contact with or we call them SAPOL, South Australian Police? Have you been in contact with them?
So Layla's emailed them, and
Yeah.
she, once the visa's granted, then she can set up a meeting,
Yeah.
and then start the process there, really. Because she's 17 in December, 20th of this month. So hopefully once the visa comes middle of next year, fingers crossed, she will be then eligible to apply for SAPOL.
Oh,
So she started that process already.
She did it herself. Yeah, she come down and shown us emails, so that was quite nice.
They're wonderful. They're wonderful people there. The ones that we deal with. I remember, Aaron, the first time they called me, I forgot the guy's name, and hopefully he's not listening to this because we've done a podcast with him.
Right.
Saying his name was, let's say Peter Pan, Chief, Inspector Constable, and it went on for a little bit. I'm like, oh my God, what's happened? And then he just hit me up and he said, "Oh, you're in the migration game." I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Yeah, we're going to recruit some police officers. Can you help?" But for a second there, I was like thinking, what have I done?
What have I done? Yeah.
This is a weird one, but when we got speaking to him, he's so nice. And we actually, through our relocation division, we're actually helping quite a few police officers get housing when they arrive in South Australia.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think Layla's going to be in good hands with that. With that organisation.
Oh, she's super excited, isn't
really
she? Yeah.
Excited.
I think because it's the unknown, and she kind of had a career path here in the UK, and then we've chucked the spanner in the works. So kind of finding the SAPOL, and that she can apply to go into the police because she'll be a permanent resident. It's kind of eased her, really. So she's got a life path, if you will, that she's looking forward to.
That's so cool. Now, you're doing it a bit different to the normal skilled independent pathway, which is skills assessment, English test, put in an expression of interest, wait for an invitation to apply, get the invitation to apply, do medicals and a police check, and then arrive in Australia.
After 3, yeah.
Yeah, after a while. You've actually been lucky enough to have an employer, and I believe was it our team that put you in contact with them?
Yeah, it was. Well, the original plan was the process you just mentioned then, Wes.
Yeah.
So we had a consultation with Mick up in Scotland, middle of July, was it?
Yes, yeah.
So we had an hour and a half with him on the phone, and he went through the exact process you've just mentioned: English test, skills assessment, EOI, and he said the process can be quite lengthy. So we've had that's when the process started for us. So me and Zoe had a chat. We had a chat with the kids, and as soon as Zoe gave the go ahead, said like, right, let's really look at this. The English test was booked. So I booked my English test. I did the English test, but because of my age, overall it was 64.
Okay.
But that wasn't enough because I'm 40 at Christmas. That wasn't enough. I needed superior because of my age. So that to get superior, that'd give me 65 points. But I didn't get superior. I got 64. So I sent the results to Mick, and he said, no, that wouldn't be enough. So I was sulking for a bit, weren't I?
Yeah, it's back to dummy out, let's say.
Yeah,
I was sulking for a bit. I found it quite difficult, the English test.
Let's just go back a step. I should have mentioned this, Aaron. So, what's your occupation?
Painter.
And Zoe, what are you doing for work?
I work in social care. I'm an operational manager for social care for learning disabilities.
Perfect. So, just for the listeners, so they get a bit of a grasp. So, Aaron, painter trades worker is what it's called. The official, occupation on the skilled list. So, you went through that part, and then how did you end up finding an employer and working out to get this ENS 186 visa?
Well, so when the results come back from the PTE English test, like I said, I was sulking a little bit, and Zoe was saying, just rebook it. But because I found it quite difficult, and I knew I would have to study for it, I put it on the back burner.
Yep.
And then it was 2 months later, was it maybe?
Yeah.
Say 6 to 8 weeks later, I just got home from work checking my emails, and there was an email in the junk folder from Katie from the DUC saying, "Hi Aaron, I don't know where you're up to with your visa process, if you've started or if you're nearly finished, but there's an employer sponsorship visa for a company in South Australia, Adelaide. Would you like to apply?" So I've shot out the room, gone into Zoe in the kitchen, like dead ecstatic. Shall we have a look at it? Shall we have it? So Zoe said apply. So I applied in the evening, obviously our evening, so it would have been early morning your time. So I woke up to a email off Katie saying, quick turnaround on this, Aaron. The employer wants to meet. So obviously, again, email back saying that's fantastic. So then we booked in a week after I'd sent my CV over and a couple of more bits of information. Me and Tyron actually had a Teams call, an interview, if you will, a good hour on the Teams, just having a chat about things. And this is where we're up to.
That's unbelievable. And is Tyrone British background, or is he full blown Aussie?
A full blown Aussie, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's good. So so we get that a lot where employers will, reach out to us asking, and then we'll send an email to our clients and see where you're at. We'll come to the 186 visa in a bit. When you initially thought about Australia, was South Australia on the radar, or are you moving there? No. So where was your initial place where your heart was set?
I wouldn't say heart was set, but it was kind of, you probably hear this all the time, the usual Perth,
Yep.
Brisbane, Sydney, that sort of regions. So they're all quite different. But I think with the weather in Brisbane, I like the idea of it being warm all year. I know it'll be rainy seasons and what have you, but that was where we were looking mainly, weren't it? The focus was kind of Brisbane, but then obviously with the English test coming back, and I kind of put it on the back burner. It was, but when the opportunity for South Australia, Adelaide, come up, we've jumped at it, really, haven't we? Yeah.
Oh, mate, South Australia is gorgeous. It's nice. It hasn't got the the all year temperature. It's like where I am in Victoria. It does get a winter.
Yeah.
But it's not like a Bolton winter.
Yeah. And they are freezing. They are freezing.
It's very different to that winter. Like when we went to do expos in Manchester and everything, like my eyes watered because it was so cold.
We sleep with bob hats on, Wes.
Man, I couldn't walk from the venue to the hotel. I had to I found a path where you could go from the expo to the hotel where it was all connected in one. Everyone else walked out. I couldn't do it. I had to go like upstairs, downstairs through fire exits to find it.
Oh, yeah, I don't blame you.
Your body shuts down when it's that cold. So it's not Bolton cold or Manchester cold, which is good. And I think Adelaide, to Aussies, it used to be known as like a big country town.
Mm-hmm.
But then, Lisa shares all the photos and all that about, the beaches, and it's pretty good. And
we've done sorry, go on.
No, I was just going to say it's just so many different areas. Like one of our assessors, Dave, for our electrical assessors, I was chatting with him just yesterday, actually, and he was saying that he's in the hills where it's a bit fresher. So he will move a bit closer to the beach where it's, that little bit warmer. And then chatting to Lisa today, and, again, this is filmed at the start of December, so it's officially our first day of summer. And she's like, yep, summer's here. It's just hot. So, yeah, it is a good place.
I check the weather every day for Adelaide.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with it. When I come home from work, I say, it's been 30 today. It's been 23 today in Adelaide. Zoe says it doesn't matter. It's been 2 degrees and you've still got your bob hat on.
It should be. Apparently, our government spent $100 million on the new bomb website. Anyway, that's just a little thing. We have a website that everyone uses, and apparently, our government thought it was worth spending $4 million on it. This is on a website, but then it blew out to nearly $100,000.
Oh wow!
On a website, so we definitely know how to spend our money here in Australia.
Yeah.
The worst thing is it doesn't work. Like the weather, you just never know. But then again, I'm in Victoria, so the weather changes. A lot. So, no, that's good. So you've come to terms. with South Australia. So let's talk about the 186 visa. So the ingredients for a 186 visa, the first ingredient you need is an employer who's happy to offer you that opportunity, which is an amazing opportunity because there's 2 employer-sponsored visas. You've got the 482, which ties you to an employer for an agreed period of time. After 2 years working for that employer, they then can offer you permanent residency. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever we think permanent residency, it's the same rights as an Aussie. You're just going to have a funny accent for a while, but everything else is the same. So it's you get the bells and whistles with any permanent residency. We're on a 482. You're a temporary visa holder, and then you work hard, and then after that, it's up to the employer to offer you a 186. So the first ingredient is finding an employer who's happy to do that, and I think Katie would have spent a bit of time with the employer, running through that because the risk is on the employer. So if you arrive in Australia and you get your permanent residency, and if something happens with that employer, you remain in Australia as a permanent resident.
All right? Yeah, well, when we were doing the process, we actually thought 186 didn't come into our head, did it? We thought it might be at the 482 at first.
Yeah. Well, that's because the employers, it's about education, Aaron. This is the whole thing. Like, it's going to cost an employer $2,500 to get set up to sponsor. Okay, I'm just doing ballpark figures, using our services and all that. Then depending on their turnover, if their turnover is less than $10 million a year, each year they offer you a sponsorship on a 482. It's $1,200. If their turnover is more than $10 million a year, it's like $1,800 per year. And they pay that up front. Then they've got our fees, and then the migrant has fees, okay, which are just to get the 482. And that depends on, how many kids you've got, and how many kids are going in your situation, and then, the partner and everything like that. You're bringing Zoe, right, still? Yeah.
You still want to go, don't you?
Yeah, I think
I ask you every day. Are you still want to come, don't you?
It's 30 degrees. We can go. Anyway, so then you do that, and then after 2 years, the employer has to pay a one-off fee to immigration, and then you guys have to repay government fees again.
Right, with you.
So a 482, usually the employer will like that, but then they've got to budget in when we're explaining it to them. If they do, how that migrant comes off a 482 to PR, you've got to pay all the fees again. And, if we look at, I guess Matilda's 8, by the time you get here, she'll be 8 and a bit, maybe 9, whenever her birthday falls. But if you've got a young family, listeners, a 482, because you're a temporary visa holder, you've got to pay childcare subsidies, same as a 491. Any temporary visa, you've got to pay childcare subsidies. There's certain things you don't get. So by them offering you a 186 visa, that only means it's a one-off fee for everything. So it's saving you money. So that's why lots of employers, we at the Down Under Centre are trying to educate employers on that. Yes, it's a risk, and it is a risk. It's probably going to cost them $6,000, to their risk, to get you over there. It's a one-off fee to immigration. And then your fees, like your government fees of processing for the 186 are exactly the same as if you had went down a skilled independent visa.
Right.
They're exactly the same fees. So by you going on the 186, there's no expression of interest. There's no invitation to apply. The English test is irrelevant because you've got a UK passport, and your government processing fees are the same. So this is a wonderful visa.
Fantastic.
For you. Obviously, you guys know this, but a bit more for the listeners. Now, the other ingredient you needed was to have a positive skills assessment. And my understanding is that you already had the relevant qualifications in the UK.
Yes. So I have a level 2 in painting and decorating. And when we was going through starting the skills assessment process, I can't remember his name. I'd have to find out. We were emailing, and he said, we should be able to get you through on the level 2, but they do like the Australian qualification for the level 3.
Yep.
But if we do instead of 3 years records, if we do 6 years records, just to give it a bit more oomph behind it and a bit more what's the word I'm looking for?
Yeah, a bit more power, a bit more proof in that occupation. Yeah, so that's what's good. So you would have been dealing with Doug probably?
No, it wasn't Doug. So my skills assessor was Natasha. So I put all the information on, and Natasha had backwards and forwards with email. But they're a gentleman before I can't remember his name.
Oh, right. Oh, Kyle, Albert.
It might have been Albert, actually.
Yeah, it might have been Albert.
Yeah,
Albert
yeah,
works in our Oz office and then decided
yeah.
we let him go travelling for a few months, and that few months is now extended to him. We're still employed him, but he's now living his free.
It could be anywhere.
Yeah, he's in Korea. He's in South Korea at the moment, I think. Or
Oh, lovely.
yeah, but he's been everywhere. Like he's been Thailand doing fighting. He's in meditation to then like. Anyway, he's a legend. But anyway, yes. So you got your skills assessment done, and we were eligible to not get you to get the AQF3, and then you were eligible. So the only fee for that was the $7.95 of government fees, which is really good.
Yeah, that was right. Yeah, and we did it within. So it took us 3 weeks to gather the information, and then we paid the fee to the TRA on the Wednesday morning our time, so it would have been Wednesday evening, and then it come back within 5 days. So we were very lucky.
Excuse me, that is crazy because they've obviously got that on the priority at the moment, your occupation, where other people have been waiting. Like we've got a landscape gardener who's a lovely lady. She's, her age is really against her, and she's nearly at the 90-day mark.
Wow.
Yeah. And you get it in 5 days. This is why, listeners, like migration is, it's not one shoe fits all. It's not one, it's just odds, and it's like it's just all over the shop, isn't it? Really, if you think
it is. Yeah, it is, because we were looking, and I think the processing time for it went up to 15 weeks. So we kind of factored in it'd be potentially the end of January, wouldn't before we're even at the stage of starting the visa process, or even at the stage of Tyron starting the nomination process. So it's gone super quick. So we're very lucky.
So your visa's lodged now?
It will be this morning. We
woke up to the email this morning asking us to give them a call to make the payment. So that's what we'll be doing after we spoke to yourselves.
Oh, very good. Yeah, perfect. So visa lodged, and look, a 186 visa, do you know the timelines for that?
Well, I think I Google it all the time. That's all we do. I just Google stuff. I think what they're saying within 50% are within 6 months, aren't they? And the rest is like 90% within 12 months as it stands, I think.
Yeah, it's an average.
Yeah.
I'm not going to help too much on that. I think it's going to be anywhere from 10 days to 10 months.
Yes. Yeah.
It's literally just like that at the moment with immigration. Aaron, we've got companies that will sponsor 186s for migrants that are onshore, for our work and holiday kids that we try to keep here so they can remain in Australia on bridging visas. And some of them, the visas, they're on bridging visas, which is fine. But some of them was like granted in 10, so one company that takes on our fitters was one guy, I think it was about 9 days. It was ridiculous how fast they granted it. The next guy was about 6 months, and the other guy was around 9 or 10 months. And the employer is saying to us, "What's going on? How come this one?" And we're like, "It's literally in the hands of the hands of the immigration gods." Like,
is it just the luck of the draw?
It's just odd. I think the case officer makes a decision.
Right.
Maybe they're with Albert and traveling half the time. I'm not sure.
South Korea.
Maybe South Korea. I don't know. But yeah, it is, and that's where it's hard to manage expectations. So let's talk about the expectation side. So you've mentioned your employer's name a couple of times, Tyrone.
Yep.
So is he, when the visa's granted, is he like, "Hey guys, as soon as the visa's granted, are you preparing to move?" Or has he sort of said, "After the visa's granted, I want you here within a period of time"? How does that work?
We've not had that conversation yet. We do talk on WhatsApp quite a bit, but we've not. He let me know yesterday that he'd submitted his payment for the nomination, so I'll let him know when we do ours later. But we've not actually. There's not been a once visa's granted, I need you here within a week, a month, or 3 months. So that'll be the next thing. But we're just, once the visa goes in, we're going to look to get the house on the market, aren't we? Get it ready, get it on the market. It's just trying to time things, but we don't know how we're going to time things because, like you said, the immigration, it could be 10 days to 10 months, even longer. So we're kind of.
So how do you do that, Zoe? Like I guess in most relationships we have a division of labour. Is it sort of, do you look after that part, Zoe, or does Aaron, or do you work on it together?
No,
She looks after me.
I have to look after him. I have to keep him in check because he expects everything to be done yesterday. So I have to kind of remind him that there is a process.
Yeah.
So yeah, obviously with him being a paint and decorator, I do want him to splash some paint on our walls before we put it up. So
You know,
I
there's
keep
nothing worse than working on your own house, don't you?
Oh, Wes, it's
You know
horrendous. It's horrendous, isn't it?
Unless
Yeah.
you come out of your trade, and then you absolutely. I love the weekends at my place doing them. Yeah, if you're in the trade, there's nothing worse. So,
No.
is it going to be like, okay, Aaron comes over first, starts working for Tyrone, and then you stay till the
No,
house is sold, or
no. So luckily we're in a position where we wouldn't have to wait for the house sale. We have got family that can support, to put to deal with everything really.
yeah,
So yeah, we will be coming over together. I have obviously kept my employer up to date with everything that's happening because just as Aaron got the opportunity for the interview, I'd also got an opportunity to progress with my company that I've worked for 3 years.
okay,
So it was a very bizarre moment. So I've been very transparent, very honest about the journey that I want to go down. But they've not held me back. They've just they've supported me, really, really supportive. So it's kind of just me telling them when I'm ready to go. So that's where we've got it really. So yeah, I think as soon as we find out that the visas have been successful, it'll be a case of booking flights and probably contacting the Down Under to help with the relocation.
Definitely, yeah.
yeah. Well, yeah, we can definitely do that. That's not a problem. But like, how's it? I mean, Aaron, you're the Google master from this episode. What's
Well,
it like to sell a house though? Because I thought in the UK, every time I do a podcast with people that are selling houses, it sounds the risk is always on the vendor, I believe it's called in Australia, the
yeah.
person who's selling the property, and people can just pull out at the last minute.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's going to be one of them where suck it and see. Really, we're going to have to get the house on the market, and if it goes sooner, if it goes before the visas come, that'd be fantastic. But then, if somebody pulls out of the sale, then it'll have to just remain on the market until somebody buys it, and
Is it
that's where.
is it like equity to? I'm not being nosy, by the way. I'm just
No,
curious.
you're fine, Wes. Yeah, you ask away.
Is it like equity? Is the plan to rent for a little bit when you get here, or is the plan to quickly sell the place and then buy when you get here? Will you have equity to do all that?
Yeah, so we have got equity to do that, but I think the initial plan is to rent, which is why we're not really precious about the house selling straight away. Like financially, we'd be okay to come over to find a rental. But I think in time, obviously, find the right location for us, and then hopefully we will be able to buy.
And have you had a look at the house prices? Is there a certain area where you're looking to go in South Australia where Tyrone wants you?
I like Brighton. I'm drawn. I keep being drawn to Brighton and around that area.
But is it dictated to where the employer is based for you guys?
No, because potentially because Zoe's got a job opportunity in McLaren Vale potentially. So if that becomes a like nailed on, so to speak, she gets a start date, then we'd have to look a little bit further south Adelaide, and just so Zoe's commute's not too long, and we're getting Matilda to school and all the bits really.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is the fun part now, isn't it, guys? Where it gets a
Oh
little
yeah,
you pay the fees and then then it's real, isn't it? Like
yeah,
It is.
certainly is.
Are you excited about that? Are you daunted about it? Is it like challenging? What are your thoughts?
I think it's all three, isn't it? I think we have times where we're like you. This morning's been a bit of a reflection. Obviously, we're talking to you guys, and Tanya's emailed saying, "Look, like your visa's ready. Do you want to?" So it's kind of we're having little wins every day, if that makes sense. And then you kind of sit and think, "Wow, we're uprooting our life and we're going to Australia," which I find really exciting. We've got a chance to give the kids a better life. We've got to see different things, and then you think, on the other hand, we've got friends and we've got family who've been really supportive, haven't they? Which
Yeah,
has
they've
been
been amazing.
which has been a big help to us.
Yeah. Yeah, that is
So yeah, I think it's all three ways to answer your question.
and money, guys. you mentioned at the start, I asked you, but like you, at the time when I asked you that question, what's life like in Bolton, how you're going? And you said, yeah, you've got a good life and everything like that. Financially, if what you're going to be paid, Aaron, you firstly, is it on par or more than what you were getting in the UK? Are you taking a pay reduction? Are you getting a pay rise?
Increase. It's a pay increase. Yeah, for what I'm on in the UK.
And yourself, Zoe, when this new job you've got, is it similar, or is it you taking a pay rise or a pay?
I think it'll be probably on par with myself to start. So I just reached out. I think I used the Poms of Adelaide group on Facebook, just kind of introduced myself.
Mhm.
And a lady had commented and just said, I'm going to message you, because I'd kind of said what my background is and I'll be looking for something once I come over. So she sent me a private message and asked for my CV. So I sent it over to her. And then the morning that I woke up, I'd had an email off the owner of
the company.
Yeah, so it was quite nice, to be honest. But she's kind of just asked me what I want to do, because obviously coming from management background, I don't feel I would be rightly suited to go straight in and be a manager. So I've asked to kind of start from the beginning again, so I can be so I can get to know how it works over there and get to work with the staff a little bit closer than what I do at the moment for myself, and hopefully progress that way. So even though I will be stepping down to a lower level, the pay is probably still the same. So it works out a win-win, really.
Yeah, it does. It sounds good. And I like the communication you've got open with them. I think that's really good. Like, I think that's I get proud of it when Australian employers sort of do that. Like, tell us how you think you can benefit. Tell us what you would like to do. There's obviously, look, Australia's got a shortage everywhere. It's a reality. We can't get enough people coming in. I always say to immigration, just let my down under centre clients in. We'll build all your houses. We'll get it all done. Get it all done. Get it all done really quickly. We've got enough nurses, teachers. Like, we've got works. We could build a little community. The land of the centre in Australia. But, they do take time to get it done. Aaron, do you work for yourself at the moment, or do you work for a company?
I work for myself, so I'm self-employed.
And how long have you been self-employed for, mate?
Oh, the last 9 years.
And how do you feel that transitions? Have you spoken to Tyrone about this? Is he going to be like, Aaron, you're off doing this yourself, or are you? There's a big adjustment, isn't there, from being self-employed, picking your hours, doing what you want to do, to then being on the books. Does that? Have you discussed that with him?
Yeah, so I think he's got, last time we spoke, I think there's 22, 23 painters he's got. I think 5 are English. So when we've been chatting, because I asked the question, so we were looking at locations to live, and he said, so what the general is, we work all over Adelaide. So you'll be assigned a job, and then you'll just make your way to that job.
Yeah,
I'm guessing probably not on my own with them having 20 lads, so there might be a few of us on a job. I have worked on my own for a long time, and I said to Zoe, I can pick and choose my hours, I can pick and choose my jobs, but on the opposite side to that, I don't have to go out pricing. I don't have to look for work when it's quiet. I don't like during the winter months when nobody wants decorating. So I'm not going to have the pressures of having to find that income every month. Do you know what I mean? So it's gonna. I think I'm ready for that change.
I think so. Yeah,
I think I'm ready for the change.
Yeah, and I think sometimes as well, because you have worked alongside other builders, you enjoy that because you're socialising as well as working. So whereas sometimes when you're working on your own, it's different, isn't it?
Yeah, I spend a lot of time on my own Googling.
yeah, you do, mate.
Yeah.
Whilst the paint's drying.
Yeah, whilst the paint's drying. I'll just Google.
That's so funny. Zoe, you hit the nail on the head there, and Aaron with that, because that enjoyment you get when you are working with people, I always think that's crucial when you first move to Oz. Getting that little bit of, not everyone's nice as a person. People can be addictive, they can be horrible, whatever. You're old enough to see through people and make your own choices, but when you start engaging with them on a workforce, it is pretty good, the banter they've got here. you know, I think rule number one is we always hang shit on the electricians. Sorry, Sparkies.
Yeah.
The target.
Are they just as messy over there, Wes, as they are in England?
Oh, mate, they leave their mess. Don't worry about that.
Oh, it's horrendous, isn't it?
Not us legend plumbers. We won't. We'll tidy up. But yeah, so yeah, it is. It is good to have that. Have you got connections over here? Have you got family, friends? Is there anyone you can rely on over here? Like,
No, well,
No.
we do know people that have relocated to Australia, but not Adelaide. So I've got a friend that I met from the gym, and she relocated to Brisbane at the beginning of this year, didn't she?
yep,
And then I knew somebody, well, somebody that was my neighbour.
yeah.
He's relocated to Sydney, so obviously we're constantly stalking them on Instagram and getting updates and things. So it just looks like a better balance, a better way of life. So we are really
Oh, I
excited.
can't wait. Yeah, I'm super
There
excited.
is really good DUC crew in South Australia. Like they are. They're really nice. It was interesting because we did a podcast with Gemma, and I think Gemma's moving back over from WA to South Australia. She spent a few years there.
Right.
Gemma's one of our relocation agents. I'm sure she'll come and do a podcast with us and tell her story.
Brilliant.
But yeah, it is. It's kind of cool. And I always, I was chatting to a previous migrant of ours, a guy I migrated like over 10 years ago, and we were just chatting about, he wanted me to play a game of golf with him, but we're not very good golfers. So I think it's just code word for having a few beers. And we were talking about like, oh, you know, the weekend, you know, rep basketball, this, do that. I'm like, I just got no, like, it's hard. And he goes, mate, all my friends are the parents of my kids' friends. And I'm like, mate, that's just what my life's like now. Like, I've got family here, but I just see friends. Like my friend Jackson's got a new friend called Julian, and now we hang out with Julian's parents. Like, it's just how it works. So with Matilda being, you know, at that age where you still got to sort of be there and you rock up,
Yeah.
pick ups. Layla, I guess, yes and no. Yeah, but yeah, you'll meet lots of them as well, and you just sort of cling to it. And I think I always find Australians to be so welcoming.
Good.
Everybody said
Yeah.
that, haven't they? Yeah.
I need that because I'm a social butterfly.
Yeah,
So
you
I literally talk to anybody, and yeah, everyone says you make a friend wherever you go. So I think for me, like, we have got a very good life here. We are
Yeah.
very social. We do like our fitness. We go to the gym. So I think for us, it's just very much carrying that lifestyle over. But just a better life, better weather.
And with the sun,
Yeah.
Yeah, it does make a difference. Like, yeah, the weather does make a difference, but I think the lifestyle's key as well.
Yeah.
That's what I noticed. Like, you know, I guess if you're the owner of a business, you're always working crazy hours, but that is that lifestyle. Like on the weekend, there is so much to do. So much to do. It's just crazy. Like what the weekends are only like they're still 2 days, but it just feels like you cram more things in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But well, you know yourself, Les, because you lived in the UK. Especially this time of year, you only get 6 hours a day, like, and it's normally damp and it's wet, and you don't really feel like you want to do anything. So we're hoping, because we're not outdoorsy people. We're outgoing people, but we're not outdoorsy people, are we? But we're hoping when we get there, everything's outdoors, isn't it? Like the barbecues on the parks and water parks everywhere, and that's a bit of us, that I think.
Yeah.
Well, I like the way you said that. You know, you're outgoing people, not outdoorsy people.
Yeah.
You don't have to be, but you just find yourself out there, unless
Yeah.
you've got great air conditioning.
Yeah.
Sort of want to expose it. Like, I mean, I'm borderline ginger. You know, for my younger years, when they called me a ginger, I'd be very, very, no, I'm blonde, you know. But now the ginger beards come out. But I have to sort of manage myself, like, you know, in the sun, because I work inside a lot, to get a little bit of a exposure to the sun rather than just going out there. Just 2 seconds, guys. Just getting my daughter a little kiss. No, darling.
Oh.
Sorry, my 3-year-old.
No, you're fine. No problem.
It's okay.
Getting her up from the shower, is out and about, and going to bed. It's 8 o'clock now. It's bedtime. But yeah, what I was saying was I have to find that too. So I have to, being fair skinned, I won't just jump out in the sun and go out, top off in 40 30 degree days straight away. I like to sort of build myself up to it. Walk outside, like have my lunch outside and just, sort of get into it. Because that sun we've got here, it's so strong. It's a different sun it's the same sun, but it's different. With the ozone layer and all that sort of stuff, it just hits you hard, mate. Like, yeah. But again, some of the people, like my wife, she's British and she browns up straight away.
I'm the same. I love the sun. I like when it's warm. I love being outside.
Yeah, we're outside all the time.
But it's when we're not like we don't never go camping and stuff like that. With like being that sort of outdoorsy. But when we love I do. I love the heat, the warmth.
Yeah,
that's good. It's good. Do you like the cricket?
Not really. I'm a football. Well, you call it soccer, but I'm a football fan over here.
I was just going to say they're talking about the Ashes. They're going to let England bat 3 times now.
Oh yeah.
just so we get 5 days of cricket. We're not getting
it was terrible, weren't it?
Oh mate, it's horrible. But they're the sort of things that you'll pick up on straight away, mate, with your accent. They'll be hitting you up because all Aussies think everyone in England just plays cricket, which definitely isn't the case when I was there anyway. Yeah, very different. But guys, it's been an absolute pleasure getting to know you and chatting with you. And
thank you.
I think from everyone from the Down Under Centre, good luck with your journey.
Oh, thanks, Wes. Thank you.
We'll have it like we'll do this again once you're in Oz and you're settled.
That'd be great.
Yeah, and really good luck with everyone. The 186 visa, guys, congratulations. It's a firstly, you've been able to communicate really well with your employers. It sounds like you're getting paid well. It sounds like they're covering their part. You're covering your part of the visa, which is 100% fair. And, you're getting permanent residency at the end of the day. That's the challenge, isn't it, for migrants to get permanent residency? Some have to go, depending on age, experience, English ability, occupations on the skilled list. But everyone's goal is to get that permanent residency. We've been able to achieve that in a wonderful way that seems to have happened, really quickly.
We just feel very lucky, don't we? Yeah, we feel very, very lucky. I think from when Katie first email to today, I think it's like 75 days from that to when we pay the fees in a minute.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
It's very good. And it's a hard life. Like migrating to Australia is challenging. There's lots of, it's easy and all of that. I think it's really challenging. And you've just got to, you don't have to worry about this, Aaron, because you're good at this. You just got to Google. You've got to ask. You've got to look at areas. You've got to, do as much, like what to bring on the plane, everything. And there's a really good checklist on our relocation website. Just little things that people forget. Like if you get hay fever on the plane blows in this really cold air, So for me, I have to bring, what is it, Sudafed or whatever it's called?
Yeah.
It stops your nose running. I bring them, always my nose just runs because of the air conditioning. For me, it just affects me. It's like little things that happen, and that affects your journey when you've got young children and you're the one with a runny nose and you're sort of, you can't sleep. There's little things. It's all about educating yourselves to get the best move, because once you're here, those things are no longer factors. Does that make sense? Like if you're prepared, you manage your expectations. The old saying, perfect practice makes perfect. So you do those things and all of a sudden life gets easier when you get here.
Fingers crossed, mate. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. But guys, you've been absolutely amazing to chat with. So thank you so much, and we'll catch up with you soon. And to the listeners, I hope you enjoy the podcast and keep your dreams alive. And cheers again, Aaron and Zoe as well.
No problem. Thanks, Wes. Take care.
All right. See you later, guys. See you, everyone.
Bye, mate. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.